Let me ask you something. What if your next coworker, the most productive member of your team, the one who crunches all the data and drafts all the initial reports, what if they weren't a person at all? It sounds like something straight out of sci-fi, but believe me, it's a lot closer than you think. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into the 7 biggest trends that are going to define artificial intelligence in 2026. These are insights coming directly from the people who are actually building this future. So let's jump right in. We're at a really serious turning point. The days of AI just being about tinkering and testing in a lab, those are over. AI is officially graduating, and it's stepping into our offices, our hospitals, our everyday lives. And this right here, this slide, just perfectly captures the huge shift in thinking. We're moving away from seeing AI as just a simple instrument, like a calculator, to seeing it as a genuine partner, a real collaborator that can reason, create, and work right there alongside us. So let's kick things off with where you're probably going to feel this change the most. Our first big trend is the rise of a brand new AI workforce. Yeah, we're talking about AI agents, these specialized AI programs designed to act on your behalf, becoming your new digital colleagues. And this quote from Aparna Channapragada really gets to the heart of it. The real story here isn't about replacement. Not at all. It's about amplification. It's all about using AI to make us and our teams way more capable and creative than we've ever been before. So what does that actually look like? Well, just imagine a tiny 3-person startup launching a massive global marketing campaign over a single weekend. The AI agents are doing all the heavy lifting, the data analysis, the personalized ad copy, while the human team gets to focus entirely on the big picture, the strategy, the brand, and making those final crucial calls. It really lets small teams punch way, way above their weight. But okay, this immediately brings up a huge question, right? If we're really going to rely on these new digital coworkers for important stuff, we absolutely have to be able to trust them. So how do we make sure they're secure and reliable? And that leads us perfectly to our second trend, building trust right through security. Like Vasu Jackal says, trust is everything. It's the currency of innovation. Without it, this whole new era of collaboration, it just doesn't work. And that's exactly why security is being built in from the ground up as these new AI agents join the workforce. The whole approach here is to treat these AI agents a lot like we treat human employees. They get a clear identity, they only get access to the information they absolutely need to do their job, and they're firewalled from outside threats. It's all about making sure your new AI teammate is a trusted collaborator and not a security risk. Okay, so once we can actually trust these AI partners, what can we unleash them on? Well, that brings us to our third trend, AI becoming a key partner in solving some of humanity's biggest puzzles. We're zooming out from the office now to, well, the entire planet. Just take healthcare, for example. The World Health Organization is projecting a staggering shortfall of 11 million health workers by 2030. I mean, that's a massive gap that could leave billions of people without essential care. This is where AI's potential for amplification isn't just about productivity, it's literally about saving lives. And the results we're seeing already are just stunning. I mean, just look at the difference in these bars. In solving these really complex mystery medical cases, a new AI system showed 85.5% accuracy. That's compared to just 20% for experienced physicians. Now, this isn't about replacing doctors. It's about giving them a superpower to close those gaps in care and maybe even solve the unsolvable. And this collaborative spirit, it goes way beyond just the doctor's office. It extends deep into scientific research, too. AI is moving beyond just summarizing papers and is becoming an active participant in the process of discovery itself. Let that sink in for a second. We're shifting from a passive assistant to an active lab partner. We're walking into a world where every single scientist could have an AI research colleague that doesn't just process data, but actually suggests brand new hypotheses and even helps design the experiments to test them. And powering these massive scientific leaps is our fourth trend, the dawn of hybrid computing. This is basically a new kind of computational dream team where you have quantum computers, AI, and classical supercomputers all working together, each one playing to its strengths to tackle problems that were once pure science fiction. And as Jason Zander from Microsoft makes really clear, this isn't just about getting answers faster. No, This new partnership is set to fundamentally redefine the scientific method itself. But of course, none of this just happens in a vacuum. It all needs an engine room. So for our fifth trend, let's pop the hood and look at the revolution that's happening in AI infrastructure. For years, the whole story of AI infrastructure was just about building bigger and bigger data centers. Well, that's changing. The new focus, like Mark Russinovich says, is all on efficiency. It's on the quality of the intelligence we get out, not just the raw power we put in. Think of it like a global air traffic control system, but for computing power. So instead of these massive, kind of inefficient centers, we're going to have these interconnected AI superfactories that route workloads dynamically. This makes sure that not a single cycle of energy gets wasted. It's smarter, it's faster, and it's way more sustainable. And we desperately need this smarter approach, especially in the world of software. With over 1 billion code changes or commits being pushed to platforms like GitHub every single year, well, the sheer scale is just becoming overwhelming for humans to manage alone. And this complexity leads us right into our sixth trend, the rise of what's called repository intelligence. Okay, imagine a senior engineer who's been at a company for 30 years. They don't just know the code, they know why a certain decision was made a decade ago. Repository intelligence is like having that deep wisdom, that historical context baked directly into the AI. It helps developers avoid old mistakes and build better software from day one. So, when we pull all of this together, the new workforce, the scientific breakthroughs, the smarter foundation, what does it all actually mean for us? Well, that leads us to our seventh and final trend, the elevation of the human role. This quote from Aparna Channapragada again really says it all. Success in this new era isn't going to come from trying to compete with AI. It's going to come from mastering the collaboration with it. It's about letting us focus on the things that are uniquely human: strategy, deep creativity, empathy, and critical judgment. Which leaves us with this final thought. The integration of AI into our professional lives, it's no longer a matter of if, it's a matter of how. So the real question that we each need to start asking ourselves is this: how will I choose to build my partnership with it?